game together sometime too.
Huh.
Sure, Yonah.
Don't forget the melon.
Don't forget the melon. I did forget the melon, and then I left town, and then a week went by, and now the melons are dead. Apologies.
Something troubling you, lad?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it. Come on, I need to go ask Popola something.
Hey, we progress now. We doing a plot. I saw something over there. Does anyone in here need stuff? Okay. What's up, Popola?
What's up, Popola?
I just said that.
Oh, hi. I just got a strange letter in the mail.
Does it say Dream and Forest of Myth? Oh, it kind of does. Dearest Popola, I hope this letter finds you well. I am writing in hopes of bringing your attention to a certain Dream issue of concern regarding recent events in Dream the Village. I was hoping I might be Dream able to get your advice, Dream, on the matter. Recently, there have been Dream reports Dream of a certain Dream of Dream evil, Dream empty, Dream curse, Dream evil, Dream words, Dream and Dream someone Dream.
That is certainly one bizarre piece of writing.
Who's it from?
The mayor of a small village in the Forest of Myth.
Hey, there it
It's a wooded
is.
area up north.
I wonder where we ought to go next.
The Forest of Myth?
Scene. Hey, listen, scene. Hey, listen.
Wait, what?
Scene. Lol, scene. No, don't scare me like that. And check around and...
They're usually a bright and cheerful group of people. Something like this is very out of character for them. I have a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, no, it's a little ominous.
I'll check it out.
You will? But
Don't worry about it. I've got business there anyway.
oh, well, all right. Thank you.
Oh, where? Okay. Where are you trying to do the scene thing from? It was awesome. Popola made me this huge cake that was really yummy, and everyone in the village has been wishing me happy birthday. Fun, I feel like a princess or something. I don't feel sick at all today. In fact, I almost forgot I had this disease. Maybe you can forget about it too and come back home now? Oh, like dream instead of scene. So Forest of Myth is one of the areas in this game where I started to realize that this game was going to be a little bit different. Honestly, to this point, aside from some standout writing, there isn't really anything about this game that super stands out as like unusual. but or even anything that stands out particularly as like anything other than just like, oh, it's just standard action game from this era. Like, I think that's largely the vibe that comes off most of this. But, Forest of Myth is gonna be a thing. It's gonna be a thing. This is not Forest of Myth. I'm actually gonna hit up the brothers and see if I can workshop any of my weapons.
How can I help you? Need some work done on your weapon?
Maybe. Literally not even one of them. Most of the stuff we need is actually from In the Ruins, and I don't really want to do that. So,
Come back.
unless you can sell them.
Need some work done on your weapon?
Not enough to be worth it. It's all right. The Nameless Blade is actually decently strong anyway. Yeah, I would say the environments, the absolute standout music, and the and I'll throw the writing in as well. Like, I am a huge fan of this game's writing. Gameplay-wise, this game has always been a bit of a slog. Less so now, because the combat is a lot smoother and more fun now. But it ain't perfect. Aside from those aspects, a lot of what makes this game really special doesn't actually happen until, like, I'm gonna say, like, the last 20% of the game. Not to say that there aren't good moments throughout the game, there totally are. But I'm talking about the things that make this an actual standout. The things that make this one of my favorite games ever. Okay, we're close. I mean, yeah. That being said, this here coming up is one of those moments that I'm not going to say it's one of the best moments in the game, but it is definitely one of the most memorable.
It sure is quiet here.
Such silence bodes ill. There's trouble on the way. I'm certain of it.
You know, a little optimism now and then wouldn't hurt, Weiss.
Such cheek.
Don't mind me, I'm just gonna look for materials. This looks like a good place to find some ingredients.
Beware.
Cool.
Beware the words.
The words? What do you mean?
Contagious words. Those who dream.
Those who dream?
Hold a moment. There is a strange new sensation in my mind.
Weiss's voice rose in a quizzical way.
It is not quizzical.
What's going on?
The villager's body shuddered as he slowly opened his eyes.
Perhaps we should start by asking this man.
Who are you?
We heard something happened to this village, so we came to see if we could help.
Also, I'm TW, this is Weiss. The mayor stared at TW and Weiss.
If you can speak to me, I must have caught you in my dream.
In your dream?
The mayor explained. In the past weeks, a mysterious disease called the Deathdream had spread across the Forest of Myth. Those who caught it were cursed to fall asleep and live forever within the world of their own dreams. The village mayor had determined the Deathdream was spread from person to person by spoken words. But before he could learn more, the disease took him as well. Weiss stared at the mayor, his mouth twitching slightly.
Now see here.
He said.
Are you saying that we have been absorbed into your dream?
Well, yes.
Said the mayor.
I think you have.
In other words, we've caught the death dream?
Before the mayor could confirm TW's suspicion, Weiss exploded with rage.
Ridiculous. Preposterous. Completely unfathomable on every conceivable level. I don't even recall falling asleep.
That's just how the death dream works.
Though polite, the mayor was clearly trying to brush aside the book's remarks.
My remarks are not to be brushed aside, fool.
The mayor twisted his mouth into an embarrassed grimace, then quickly changed the subject to who TW had seen and what they had discussed since coming to the village.
Something there must have caused you to enter my dream. A certain conversation, a specific word, something.
TW and Weiss racked their brains but could find no easy solutions. There were simply too many words to consider, too much random chatter, too many meaningless conversations.
Grimoire Weiss does not engage in meaningless conversations.
The mere suggestion that Weiss chose his words carelessly seemed to sting his pride.
It does not seem to sting my pride, you bloated gasbag of a narrator.
This is happening now!
It has demolished it utterly.
Irritated, Weiss looked skyward as if searching for answers in the heavens.
I was doing no such thing. Just leave me alone already.
The anger created by his harsh words bled over to TW like a contagion. Wait, did someone just say contagion? Yes, I believe so. What of it? Well, that villager told us to watch out for contagious words, right? The mayor leaned forward with renewed interest, pushing a startled Weiss aside in the process. He must have said something, right? Some specific combination of words? What was it? It was about dreaming, or something that dreams, or... Oh, what the hell was it? A sheep? Cried Weiss suddenly, blurting out the first thing that popped into his head. The others stared at him for a moment before slowly shaking their heads. After a few more minutes of thought, my face suddenly lit up. I remember. Those who dream. That's what he said, I'm sure of it. At this, the mayor produced a thick sheaf of papers from his pocket. He flipped through them a few times before finally nodding his approval at TW. That sounds right, he said as a stray sheet of paper fluttered to the ground. My notes also mentioned something about that. I bet it was the last thing you heard before you fell asleep. The mayor shook his head, his worn pencil stub tracing lines across a lone piece of paper. For the last month, I've done nothing but study the disease we call the Deathdream. I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect people from whatever comes along. I never expected a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dreams. Kind of wish this was voiced over, but it's fine. I should probably be taking notes or something. I applaud the force of will it takes to research a disease in your dreams, but perhaps we should bend your efforts to escaping this place instead of trying to understand it. I've tried to escape. From the very first moment I realized I was locked inside my own dream, I've been looking for a way out, but I don't think it exists. And this is my dream, right? If there's an exit, I'd know about it. My village was beautiful, he said to no one in particular, and it was filled with the most wonderful people you could ever hope to meet. That's not bad. Good but not exceptional, I feel like, is the tier that encompasses most pizza. That's a good place to end up. Once this disease took hold, things changed. It's like someone took a sponge and soaked all the color out of our lives. I just want us to be whole again. I want us to be free, and I won't stop trying until it happens. Oh, wait, no, I didn't nod. Like, if we can be of any help, just ask. Hold on, I did not just say that. Silence! The Grimoire looked from TW to the mayor and back again, his face filling with confidence. Grimoire Weiss's face is always confident, thank you very much. That's a good status. That's a good status. So yeah, about 10 hours in or so, NieR just becomes a visual novel. And they're like, fuck you, visual novel. Go. Actually, no. Scratch that. It is a non-visual novel. This is actually just text. And for the life of me, I still don't know if this was like a cost-cutting measure that they just spun as like, yeah, this is just part of the game, whatever. Or if it's like, or if this was like Yoko Taro's plan the whole time. Whoops. See here, Mayor, you told us that nothing can exist in this dream without your knowing of it. You seemed surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes? Mayor slowly raised his head, realization dawning on his face. Oh my god, you're right. You're right, I had no idea you were coming. Human imagination is a limitless engine, and dreams are the fuel. You can imagine an exit, then it must be so. With your permission, we shall search that. I can't do this voice as well as Liam O'Brien. Please, just bear with me. Thank you, I don't know how I can repay you. Payment is not required. We are as eager as you to be done with this place. Mayor suddenly felt as if he could breathe again. He'd almost forgotten what it was like. Good luck, we're all counting on you. TW slowly faded into the misty forest. Mayor was struck by a strange sense of deja vu. I've been in this place before. Saw this man once before, but where? Oh, this is a good theme. TW's mood darkened as he trudged through the forest. Hours earlier. When the beauty of the place was still a new thing, he'd been confident they could get in, find the exit, and be home in time for dinner. But the deeper they went, the more the forest closed in around him. The mist made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction, and moss-covered rocks seemed determined to twist his ankle. More than once, he'd been forced to steady himself on the rough bark of a tree, and his hands now left small trails of blood on everything he touched. Additionally, Weiss was proving to be a spectacularly poor traveling companion. Unhindered by either terrain or physical effort, he spent most of his time urging TW to pick up the pace and grumbling about their slow progress. Finally, after Weiss muttered something about legless turtles being more adept at navigating the environment, TW snapped. Alright, Weiss, cram it for a second, would you? You don't have to walk. Leaned against a tree and posture check. How is this stupid forest so big? When the words tumbled from his mouth, a cacophony of insects sprang to life. Every imaginable form of buzz, click, and hiss roared out at a volume that rattled his teeth. TW slapped his hands over his ears and screamed to be heard. Weiss, what's going on? TW could see Weiss's mouth moving, but he might as well have been shouting in a tornado. The insects screamed, the forest howled. And then, just as TW's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and go running for cover, the sound diminished. Hesitantly, he removed the hand from his left ear and listened to the creatures of the woods. Zri. Shak. Chiki. Woomy. That's basically what this is. Little of that too, yeah. As the insect symphony dimmed another decibel, TW began to detect patterns in the sound. This isn't random, he thought. It's not just white noise, it's something else. The insects weren't just calling out, they were asking a question. 1 with it is lacking. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? By my pages, is it a riddle? I guess so. It feels sort of forced, but maybe it's the key to getting out of this place. I'd leave it to you to answer. 1 with it is lacking. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? Secret makes sense to me. Inwardly furious that Weiss left the task to him, TW sighed and gave the only answer that made sense. It's a secret, right? Sound of the insects stopped as suddenly as it began. Forest undergrowth parted before TW like a rippling wave, opening a new path like that one part in Dark Souls 2. These forest arthropods are making a road for us, said Weiss with glee. Pleased to passing the test, TW moved on with new intensity. Path offered his body relief from the undergrowth, but gave even greater cheer to his mind. As long as they were on a path, their journey had a purpose. I guess the forest has accepted us, huh? I spun around to face his companion. Do not mistake the will of this forest for some happy pet you can suddenly befriend. We have no idea where this path leads. Weiss finished speaking. The pair turned a corner and found themselves facing a clear forest spring. Smiling, TW picked up a small rock and sent it skipping across the surface of the water. Good heavens. His surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out. When the rock finally stopped moving and sank to the bottom of the spring, the ripples it left behind came together to form words. I enter through the window, but break no glass. When night falls, it's sunlight. It's sunlight. Absurdly easy. You answer it. Alright! I enter through the window, break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. It's sunlight. Yeah, hey Walter. Welcome to NieR, where 10 hours into the game, they just decide to go full visual novel. Without the visual. A plume of water suddenly burst from the spring. Sunlight filtered through the trees and reflected off the plume, creating a shimmering rainbow that spanned the entire horizon. In all my years, I have never seen such a sight. Perhaps I have misunderstood the intentions of this place. Hey look, there's a house or something! Glancing in the direction of his friend's extended hand, Weiss saw a small cottage nestled among the trees. That's weird, isn't it, Weiss? I mean, who would build a house all the way out here? TW walked over and pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door cracked open and a small man peered out. His body was cloaked from neck to toe in a large black cape, while his face was obscured by mist. Yep. Shut up! I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but end the night with 3. What am I? Isn't this like human? Like you crawl and you walk on 2 legs and you walk with a cane? TW tried to ask the cloaked man who he was and what he was doing there, but he simply repeated the question. If we wish to engage this man in conversation, it seems we must answer his riddle. Yeah, I suppose. At least it's easy. The mist dissolved from the cloaked figure as he spoke a single word. Correct. That, the man flung his garment aside, revealing his true identity and his balls. You're the mayor! The small man slowly shook his head. I am not the mayor you know. Now listen to my words. Long ago, I saw a version of you that was not yourself. What? It will make sense in time. At present, I simply congratulate you on cracking the seal of the Deathdream. Now you must go to the person at the forest entrance. With that, the man turned on his heel and slammed the door behind him. TW watched, mist seeped up from the ground and enveloped the cottage, erasing it from existence. TW advised return to the forest entrance. They found the mayor leaning against a tree. As soon as he caught sight of the duo, he sprang to his feet and scrambled over to them. Good gravy! You made it! You actually made it back! His left hand grasped TW's and pumped it so fiercely he threatened to dislodge from the socket, while his right hand seized Weiss by the cover and swung him through the air. You mean like pre-time skip? The whole like snow in summer situation? That we still have no explanation? We still have no explanation for why like 1,000+ years passed? By the heavens, stop shaking me, fool! We've not even told you if we were successful or not. Mayor smiled broadly and shook his head. I'm just happy you're alive. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. TW withdrew himself from the mayor's eager handshake with a slight smile. We broke the Deathdream seal. At least I think we did. The mayor's face beamed as TW filled him in on the details. When the tale was done, the three of them laid down on the forest ground and fell asleep. TW cocked his head. Okay, hang on a second. This is crazy. Why would we just lay down and go to sleep? Cease your endless prattle and go to sleep, fool! Fighting against the rules of this place is futility itself. TW and the mayor obediently reclined atop the grassy earth. Have you forgotten? It is words that control the Deathdream, words that allow us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then sleep we shall. And once we do, the story will continue. With that, the trio found their eyes growing heavy, their breath slowing, but not too slow. This is the first time I've felt tired since I was imprisoned here. His words were cut off by a loud, long yawn, and he remembered nothing more. They might have slept for an hour or a year. When they awoke, things had a slightly more real quality to them. The mist felt thicker, the leaves greener. It was clear they had awakened from their dream. TW shook the mayor's shoulder gently. Good news, I think we made it. Oh wow, we did, I'm back. He blinked once and then again, as if not quite believing the sight before him. You two have no idea how much this means. The Deathdream was spreading through our village, and I wanted to... Well, I thought I could figure out how to stop it, but I guess that wasn't the case. Must have caught the disease and become trapped in my own dream. The mayor started to stand, then collapsed back to the earth. He stared at his legs as if trying to remember how they worked, then glanced at TW and shrugged. Without a word, the young man reached down and pulled the mayor to his feet. Real life might take some getting used to. You shall relearn in short order, I am sure. For now, you should return to your home and rest. No, I can't. Some of the villagers are still trapped in the Deathdream. I have to save them. Mayor slowly made his way to the divine tree in the center of the village, then bowed his head and prayed silently. This is a holy tree. It's the guardian of our village's history and memories. Superstition will only make our mission harder. We should not put our faith in the gods. Not the gods, the words. Legend says that our tree is home to a powerful magic known as a sealed verse. Hey, sealed verse. I say, this is certainly a stroke of luck. Three of them said their goodbyes. TW mentioned the strange man who had given them the third riddle and the mysterious words he had left them with. I once saw a version of you that was not yourself. What in the world does that mean? Lost in thought, he stared into space for a long moment. You know, this is gonna sound odd, but I had a feeling I'd seen you before too. TW tried to keep a straight face and failed, but the mayor didn't seem to notice. Deja vu, right? I figure it's just some kind of illusion created by the Deathdream. Probably doesn't mean anything. Gave the mayor a nod and a smile, but inwardly his thoughts were racing. There's something wrong about this! What exactly is going on here? That riddle would prove to be the most difficult one of all.
Oh, thank you so much.
And we're back.
Now I can finally return to a normal life.
This is one of the most bizarre diseases I have ever encountered.
I know. That's why we have to help the other villagers, no matter what.
Dark execution.
For a sealed verse, that didn't take much effort.
Yes, all a touch too easy if you ask me. It's almost as if someone was guiding us to this village.
Don't overthink advice.
No, but think about it a little bit, though.